Okay. Am I live? Okay. So I'm back with another Final Fantasy 15. This is Vivian.
My favorite pupil. How may I help you today? I have the details here. Study it well, Clive. Very good.
Gonna just check places.
Escape from the slave markets.
I had some help, but it was mostly luck. The others...
Compendium of Rosarian Verse. Yeah, whatever that is. Oh.
Charlie says I can't go and play until I finish my sums.
Well then hurry up and finish them! We need 3 for curling geese.
And the other guy's just there.
Ah, Sid. We were just about to start our next lesson. You're welcome to join us, but be warned. I tolerate absolutely no tomfoolery.
Okay. The sun is chill, but the place, I don't really like the place because you're in the middle of a lake.
Can't catch a wink with all the clamour in the hall. The atrium's quiet this time of day.
Sid, what's the special occasion? The lawsman says I can borrow as many books as I can carry. This was all I could carry.
Only one, of course.
Go on, eat up. You won't grow fat pecking at hay. What's the matter, Sid? You look as pale as the day your predecessor slung you in the cell next to mine. Not about to have another fit, are you? Of course you aren't. You're a changed man now. We both are.
Okay, so some people knows who we are, and there are some people who don't. And everyone is calling him Sid. And time to go to the quest. I was able to scour the place, I think. I think the game will actually tell me where to go, or there's a section where I can
Half the crates were not
actually traverse this place.
Clive,
It's the forge.
same for you, dear.
Even bolt. Storm guy. Bastard sword. How did they have +2?
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Dark sash, wolfskin sash, steel crowns, ball chain. Yeah, nothing new.
That it? Fine.
Yeah, is that it?
If you told me you could fire a forge without a crystal or a bearer before I came here, I'd have taken you for a madman. But no, here it is. The secret's in the
Does that one have blood on it?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Iron Bracer. Don't need to buy that. Channeler's Whispers. Automatically charge magic spells and maintain the charge until cast. Accessory effect will not trigger unless the ability charged magic is learned. Ooh. Increases limit perk generation amount by 3% when dealing damage. Increases limit perk generation amount by 6% when taking damage. Ah. Lovely Dark and Deep. Elixir. Instantly restores all HP.
Finished, are you?
Nope. I'm gonna
And
sell
what
things.
can I do for you? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Mithril, mineral most mighty. Mithril is a material of both passing hardness and luster, and it is these two qualities for which it is valued by the weapon and armor smiths of the realm. However, there's a third quality of mithril that sets it apart from steel or shell: its durance. While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, become brittle and in frigid climes, or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is, once made, eternally unchanging. This volume I will explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril in one's work. The Sins of Zemeckis. Illustrated History of the Twins, Volume 4, Tales of the Founder, Marthe Olivier. What's that for? I can't read.
Oh, Tome said the hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
But it crashes, so it's not invincible anymore. Okay. Using where is it? Yeah, Framerate.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
On Gods and Men, a heavy leather-bound tome containing the findings of one Anaximander of Canver, a renowned theologian who spent most of his life chronicling Valistia's diverse religious history.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates, see if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Oh. It's a library. How would I go down?
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
She really looks like a culty.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
And are there any side quests? I guess not. What's this? It's Vivian.
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the tavern crowd for me.
So you're with me?
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Gonna sleep with me? Nice map. The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desks upon returning to the hideaway. Republic's play. Hey. The Republican army marches on the Empire of Atwinsk side. The men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return, Gov.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kuka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
Final Fantasy music. Oh, Joshua, the Northern Territories. I see here.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
We are clueless on what you are doing, actually.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
You haven't rested yet. The gathering storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Something has happened to Martha. We need to speak with Otto.
Roger that.
Does that one have blood on it?
Have we any more knuckle?
Surfeited form.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished. without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Find the curse
It's not that I
breakers.
don't trust Cole to do his bit, you understand? It's that I don't trust the Empire to show any of us any mercy if we get in their way.
Wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? You know, all in good time, my furthest friend. All in good time. Is this the hunt? What's this? State of the realm. Oh.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her.
Yes, we will.
And how may I assist you today? Allow me to educate you.
Allow me to educate you. Where's Martha? Tarja. This one. Victor. A friend of Sid's and later Sid Clive's. Keep an ever vigilant vigil on the comings and goings in Dhalmekia from his hometown of Kosnis. The one that he spoke.
One must understand one's place in the world.
To Martha's aid, Clive and Jill return to Hideaway, only to return that another crisis unfolding in Rosaria. Fighting has broken out at Martha's Rest, and in confusion, Martha has disappeared. The two set out to the Imperial Province to investigate. Huh. Holy Empire of Sandberg, Cairnorvent, Arflam.
Very good.
Nice, very green. Coke and ball. Oh. You know what? There should be a teleporter here instead of just running.
Clive. Is everything all right?
Finish with that lot.
Welcome back, Sid.
Obvious boatman.
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Someone finds you some pitch.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
The thorny thistles, curly-tail falls. What's that? Icing water transformed once fertile farmland into a noisome morass, rendering it nigh inhabitable to all that but beaches and lizards. It changed? Oh. It's darker.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
It's over.
I thought this curl picture box. A sticky substance found. The picture of carnivorous plant which thrives in the Rosarian lowland.
I can't imagine Obolus needing any more than this. Time to head home.
So it's darker. Oh. Still don't know how to use Ramu. Are there any bosses or what? Shop. Okay, let's go back.
Sid.
Coming back.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Hey, what's that? Badge of Might, awarded to soldiers of unparalleled displays of courage on the field of battle. The feeling of accomplishment it enkindles in the recipient's heart is thought to enhance future performance. Is that green thing?
Yeah, Sid. How is it I never see you on the ferry? Ah, forget I asked.
Kia. Badge of Might +1. Channeled. Drive from stuff into the ground, electrifying all enemies within a radius of the strike. Create a bolt of lightning that, upon being struck, chains lightning to other nearby enemies. Summon from the heavens a mighty Devin bolt that deals massive damage to a single target. Call forth a powerful thunderstorm that rains multiple bolts of lightning down a target. Launch a barrage of ball lightning at one or more enemies. Targets are determined by locking onto them before executing the ability. Ball lightning will affix itself to a target and can be caused to discharge, dealing additional damage if the target is attacked. Burns the enemy. Oh, this is the one that I targeted. Yep. Should I? I think I should like master this so I can attach them to other icons. Yeah. Upgrade, that's your upgrade. Increase number of icons. Okay, mastery. Okay. Dragon's Eyrie. Top a rocky tower overlooking the countryside nests Martha and her flock, offering well-earned respite to all who would make the climb.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
they hurt Martha, they'll have the whole rest to answer to.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Found her. I'd rather not bump into them again.
I think I should buy everything from this guy. For this area.
How do?
Got destroyed. Stone skin cuffs. Increases stone skin tonic duration by 30 seconds.
Much obliged.
Oh. Just wanna buy that. Parachains, steel crown. Meteorite. Folly Mother. How many do you have? Yeah. The Founder's Footsteps. Okay.
There you go.
Stone skin.
Take care out there, eh?
I'll just change my item. Strength. Why is this working without the branded?
Good to see you, Sid. The soldiers who did this are long gone, I'm afraid. We're doing what we can to treat the wounded.
They're long gone? How?
They've killed my bearer. I demand recompense.
What the heck? That's... bothers you?
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
I'm sorry. I think I twisted something.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Calling. Dark clouds gather. Pursue the garrison soldiers. Dressing green Gashal.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Lads from the garrison all poured in, sword swinging, and took Martha away with them.
This culling business. You don't think the Empire means to rid the land of bearers, do you?
Seems like it. Because bears are the only one that can go inside the crystal chamber. So maybe they wanted to eradicate all.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
Wait, where's the place? Oh. How would I go there?
Are any of you hurt?
No, they didn't come this way, thank the Founder.
Okay, the blockage has been removed.
If those Orsons touch an arrow on Martha's head, I'll kill them all myself.
Sorrow eyes.
To me, Flames!
Thunderstorm. Wait. Hey.
Look. Up ahead. Martha. Are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened. What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened. The Black Shields? The bastards caught wind. The Abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
What?
Bravo!
is locked. Oh, you can do it while flying.
Very well.
Oh. Can you do launch then fire? No?
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Easy. Is that all of them?
I think so.
Breath of the wind. Reduces coach. Cooldown time by 3 seconds.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
And where could he be? Wait, let's just check on everyone. Oh.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The Cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
Oh, he turned into...
He's gone.
Stone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Release.
The fork to the drawbridge is back the way we came. It's...
The Imperials of old would never have stooped so low as to defile a house of Greeka, nor slaughter a man of faith in cold blood. May their goddess have mercy.
Yeah, they are preaching the goddesses' teachings, yet they kill people. Heck was that? Oops. Just feel that we can just cross that instead of being blocked by the water. What's this? Harriman. Bounty. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
I can't cancel this.
Nice try.
Where's Mark's name? Magic Ash.
You didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Big job. She's still in the bridge. Now I hope they're still alive. What if the Imperial already got them and killed them?
Thank you, Founder. Thank you, Phoenix.
Phoenix? I think as the game goes on, you need to
Look sharp. Hey,
to up your brightness.
Glad Martha's safe. Both for her sake and the town's. This place wouldn't be the same without her.
And they called themselves our countrymen.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
We've been speaking with the Blood Axes about how best to protect the village. We won't let this happen again.
The blight will be
We're not to move.
near.
You'll only make it worse.
We'll return to the hideaway as soon as we've finished our ministrations.
We're still not moving.
It's not fair, Sid. Death shouldn't be the only choice. The only way to be free of all this.
Arthur's a stout soul, all right. Anyone else would be out cold after what she's been through.
Arthur's book, no sharps. The following cheatery will be repaid with a swift put to the R's. Knocking, stucking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, and fingering. Fingering is not allowed.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse-breakers.
Blood.
Those poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
What's this? White-winged wonder. Is it a chocobo?
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me by!
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Well, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Alright.
Alright.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Okay, so just like FF14, you have this plus side quest. I think these are the useful side quests. Three reads.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
So a chocobo for sure. Just like your chocobo. Ambrosia. Oh, it's a feather.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
My chocobo pinion.
All right. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
This destination nearby.
They're in trouble.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Can't do that. I won't let you.
Slow. Farewell.
Farewell. Get done. Kill bug.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
How is it still alive? Do they have longer lifespan?
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Why is his eyes covered?
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my car on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
So now I can ride the chocobos. Ambrosia's attack. Bespoke saddle and blinders worn by Clive's Shadow Chocobo Ambrosia. Kwe. Displayed in Clive's chamber. Chocobo unlocked. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia, and next to mount the Chocobo. Wait, I think before this part is water, but right now it's like a mud. So is this blight? Or just not sure.
Good girl.
Where's Turkle? Huh. Rain in.
Yeah.
So when you want to like stop? I don't understand. Can I? I can't. Yeah, but I don't think there's any use with chocobos in this game, because you can just teleport or run.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
Overturns.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Can you go to Talmekia?
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
So we're gonna go to Drake's Breath. Auto counter is now open. New facilities. The following hideaway facilities are now available. Alliance reports, the Patron's Whisper, the Hunt Board. All three are located near Auto in the mess.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Journey to Hawkscry.
I hear there's trouble. That room's as ragged as...
So Martha's all right.
Yep. Fancy a look at the list, do you? Oh, same old.
In it, Otto's got me reading through the reports coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now and what can be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I could just about handle the job myself. State of the world now, though I need Dee's help to sift through it all. That's just the sifting. Actually, solving any of these problems is a whole new headache. The curse breakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck waiting for volunteers to handle the rest.
So,
if you ever find yourself at a loose end, well, you know where to find me. Ask about the 5 past. So much has happened since that night. Feels like a lifetime ago. But we'll never forget those who didn't make it. Kenneth, Martel. They're still with us in our hearts.
And Sid?
When I found out he was gone, I thought that was it for us.
He's still with us too.
With us. And in you. He took his name and gave us hope when he had done. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, don't be a stranger, eh? Hiding... Yun.
Quick look.
Available tasks. Oh.
Seen enough?
Desiree.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Ask about this array.
Business is busy.
On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, also has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stolas reports to penning my needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind. I enjoy writing. I have ever since learned my letters from Jara back in the old highway. One claimed to have been in his best student, though. That honor goes to Shirley. Still, I like to think Jara would be proud of me too, where he is with us today. Ask about past 5 years.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others, and if the words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who taught me that? It was Jara, in our last lesson before Tajang came. It stayed with me ever since his passing, and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that, of someone who remains with us even though they're gone. Patrons
Come
Whisper.
to claim your just desserts?
The Patrons Whisper. Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree, the Patrons Whisper, in the Hideaway's mess to view current renown level and accept any donations available. Ooh. Talk of the Tios. Your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do are all the talk amongst the ladies in the court. They have gathered together several items of worth that you might continue your gallantry. Heart-struck Dowager.
All yours.
Respect. Our order is one built on pride, but that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again. Blood Oxes.
You earned this.
Destination will be available upon achieving a renown rating of 85.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Key.
Here for another of my lectures. Allow me to educate you.
What's this guy? Cole. Where's Ambrosia? Why is she not here?
Study it well, Clive.
Port Isolde. Oh. Port City is situated in the southwestern coast of the Imperial province of Rosaria. Only Rosalith rivals it for size. And in the glory days of Archduke Elwin's reign, its streets puzzled with traders from across Valistia. Sadly, those days are long since gone, and Samberqua's occupation has seen everything, from marketplaces to military institutions, subverted to the will of the Empire. What's this? Siege of the Crystalline Dominion. Ooh, they're fighting. A conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Sunbreak and the Republic of Dalmatia in the year 878, largely concerning control of the Crystalline Dominion. The Dominion had previously been the subject of a non-aggression pact between the Phalistian nations, but in 873, the Empire claimed Twinside for its new capital, an act which eventually spurred the Dalmecs into military actions.
Very good.
Wall of Memories. Reading table. What's this? Fruits of her labors. Nectar. Clive, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew that already. And that's why I need your help. As I need not remind you, Kupo, I am the mightiest of all the Muggles. No fiend. What? So I need you to slay them all, Kupo.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. So good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets and get posted on the board. So if there's anything, whatever, ask about hunts. The Cursebreakers don't just stack up any old rumors to this board, you know? They take great pains to verify every little detail, Kupo. So don't you go letting all of their hard work go to waste, Kupo. Don't you let me, I mean them, down. Ask about hunt board. It's precisely what you see before you, Kupo. Cursebreakers note down the details of any particular dangerous monsters they hear about or encounter in the course of their duties, Kupo. And post the billets here, Kupo, so that any stout soul who wishes to do the realm a service might set out to slaughter an ungodly horror or two, which is where you come in, Kupo. As for me, I have the most important duty of all, painting a big red cross over each and every one you cut down, Kupo, so that everyone can sleep at night knowing that the realm is a safer place. Ask about Nectar's adventures. Did I ever tell you about the time I visited the Great Continent, Kupo?
I don't think so.
Of course, I didn't, because I've never been, Kupo. Look at these wings. Do they look like the sort that may carry a Moogle across countless leagues of open sea? They call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid, Kupo. Stupid. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the hunt board, in hopes that fearless heroes such as Clive will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious marks. Angel of Death. A trader coming from the way of Cairnarvon met with a troop of Cursebreakers traveling in the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead, his eyes wild and flickering. Though the Cursebreakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey and through their pass, the sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept us at brisk pace. Reports have been received of a wild avius of striking signs, making it rest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border, that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenchers of nearby villagers. Clear view Sunbreak. Should I do that now?
That room's as ragged as
Hey, where's my room?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Think it's alright to touch him?
Bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person. But for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I'm gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your Chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, Finds she has spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. So things never change, do they, Clive? Why do you need to send me a message? Brochure stack. Saddle blinders crafted, yeah. It's like a trophy set. Go for the side quest and then the hunts. And I need water. I need to drink. Oh, I haven't been here. Mexico parts first rate vineyards, humus from golden bales with deadline soil. The 6 cutting planted therein, so survives to flower only to wither and die within a sennight. Even amalgamated with the finest imperial loam, the blighted earth is still affecting a nutritional deficiency. Might be remedied with some further source of nourishment, saltpeter, or potash, or the dung of a racing chocobo. This shall be the subject of my next round of experiments. Foundation of Fastian Botany. After exercising from the trunk dry for 3 to 5 turns of the sun until brittle to the touch, grind in mortar and add to warm curl milk to remedy gout, melancholy, and moon sickness. Caution recommended but when harvesting, as the host may grow disquieted.
Not the ether. It's the water.
So they're trying to
Won't be long now, Martel.
do some
Are you
water.
full soon enough?
This tongue here pulls the black from the lake water and renders it clean. You'll have to ask Mid if you want to know how it works, though.
Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Why not? I'm sure they'll be pleased.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honour of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Baskets of Martel's apple.
Did you come through the forge today?
I hear there's trouble in those areas.
That broom's as ragged as...
Fabian.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
Yeah, you should tell them. Quarantine.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Oh.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you.
Why could people just
Well,
walk?
I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Can't remember the last time I had fresh fruit. Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Without a ship to carry you there, Drake's breath might as well be on the moon.
I don't think so.
Them old apples were enough.
I think there's a shortcut somewhere for Clive's room, or it's a different place.
Cursebreakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Yeah, I need 85 Myrtle's apples. Basket of slightly stunted, somewhat sweet apples grown from the blighted earth, thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martel. May she rest in peace. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick. Martel.
Just look at her. Isn't Martel in fine fettle? And what about young Boppimill here? He's got some work to do if he wants to catch up with his brother Kenneth.
Wow. You're naming your plants. These people's name. Oh, I can do the hunt. Okay. Hawkscry Cliff. From these heathered highlands, one might catch a glimpse of Sorceress Castle and everything else in between. Southern Rosaria.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Hmm?
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
Oh yeah.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Wait. Okay. Oh. So it's like a one big connected area. Shallow Rock. What's with that green chocobo? Don't really understand. That's Rosaria. Rosalith, I mean. Oxcry Cliff.
Careful.
What's that?
Nice try.
Goodbye, Evis. Where's that? What's that small ever?
Time to fight.
Give me thunder!
What's in here? See, Rosarian tomb. That's a bad combo. I don't know how to do some combos.
Flawless, but at least we won.
Flawless?
Nice try.
Oh.
Waken wind!
I want to be a mage, so maybe I'll try to use from mage build. Oh dear. Did I do that? Wasted the strength tonic. Should have been ravage. Hawk's cry. Why is the earth jacket? I hope nobody will be angry with me in the chocobos. They're aggressive, so it's not my fault. They only wanted to hurt me.
mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
I heard you the first time.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Okay, a blade. Goldwork sash. Chains. Cobalt tassel. Increases limit break. Generation amount by 6%. Maybe you're right.
You won't be disappointed.
Hard clamshell. Night Terrace Orchestrion roll.
There you are. Fare you well.
Loot lines.
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the Highborn, and now a great camp sprung up along the walls.
2 more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
Enlistment of warriors.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
I thought it's the boy. It's actually the dog.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
Still sick. Is your husband the mayor? Mayor. Youth.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Could be. Amber. Speak with the locals.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Well.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
And that's it. Just gonna leave them. They don't want trouble, so that's fine. Shallow Rock.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Whoever. Oh. What's that?
Ever since the apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapsed?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
The Fallen became White Walkers. Is that it? What's this? is this? Forlorn Spread. Increases launch damage by 5%. This is area combo. Built-in C. The attack. Block shield.
More of my mother's men.
I'll go here first. Let's check on the White Walkers. No, they were not. Bloody hides.
Yeah!
can go through here or on the other side. What?
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield, Rosaria.
What? There's a healer.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you? We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Animation is like they just look at him and then they panicked. So weird. Right, I'm gonna develop some abilities. Gonna master this. Or not. $450. What?
Finished.
I think I'm done.
Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Should go.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But Black Shields have made it this far south. They may already be in Port Isolde.
Is there anything that can be looted in this village? What? Smaller more people are being killed and then the brandeds are tortured. Why? There's a problem with Annabella. She just hates the brandeds. Delta Docks. Oh, everyone's been killed.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Buick Bridge? Stop. That's the church. I want it to, if you don't hit me. What?
Stay down!
Bridge. That's Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush now. You didn't hear nothing.
Oh.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
We won't survive another night.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Begone!
What, I want to hit you.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Yeah, we'll just kill them all. White suns? Why is it sun? What's that? Is that port? The port? Oh no, it's different one. Silken strand.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
It's over. You're finished.
Okay, so it's blocked. Hey, weren't you the crabs?
Give me thunder! To me, please!
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Okay, so when using Ramu, your locked on will be removed.
We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us.
Okay, so I can't spam that. Mine gate.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy!
Voice ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Get
racket!
the cough!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your
I'll
sties!
cut you down where you stand!
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. And Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Like brands.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Old Hill. Lazarus District. Is this like a cemetery? No.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Ah, so this is where the entrance to the Mausolith is?
Not abandoned then.
Oh, no.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Why?
Or not.
Enemies bested.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that.
Oh.
And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh?
Is it Sir... what's your name?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. sound. It really is you.
It is.
Sir Wade.
Sir Wade.
How is he alive?
We can speak inside.
I thought the phoenix burned them.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
New heir?
As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched. The Black Shields.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age. He had that same look in his eyes.
What is it you require?
Kaya Blade. So many people already knows him. Crimson Tassel, increases limit break, Lady, alright.
Of course, my lord.
Desert rose. Despite its rose-like appearance, this delicate sandstone formation found in the desert of Talmekya is no rose, but instead an inexplicable peculiarity of nature. Reminder that humankind will never fully comprehend the world in which we live. It is also said to bring good luck. Nope.
I will be here should you need aught else. You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
You know what? I can purchase some... No. Elixir.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
We'll show them as much mercy as they did ours.
Okay, let's go.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Oh.
We'll keep them from the
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Good girl.
Look at me sideways. How was the Black Shields?
Come along now. We'll find another bridge.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds
a woman, and a dog could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields. Then come! Die along with your flame!
No, you will.
For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
I switch.
Stay down! It's over!
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons.
Whoa. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Help me, boy.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Nice try. Well done, Torgo.
So Wade,
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Hey. Just button mashing. Imperial Link.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Clive just said, I... Hold up. 27.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Except burnt blade from Wade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
So we're going through the tunnels. Port Isolde. Isolde. Hosfield Manor. Oh, we're inside already.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Hey, where's your sword?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Is it a child? Yeah, child version.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddu in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Rutherford. I don't know if I heard that name before. Rutherford.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
I'd say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, Who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
What's happening? What's happening to Jill?
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could.
Oh shoot, like that scene. Don't like that.
And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Benamir. Tarkle is the third party. Chaperone. Sure, the days when the air about the city's piers is not alive with the barks of busy stevedores. Loading and unloading vessels hailing from all corners of the realm and beyond. Hotel docks. Once home to the Duchy's finest shipwrights, the docks now lie abandoned. The men and women who once worked them, all victims to the Viceroy's cruel heart. Wait. Why do we need to go back here? We're already in Isolde. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
And we have some side quests. Culinary pilgrimage. Patron's Whisper. What's this? Blacksmith's Blues. Oh.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians?
Same way they never.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Yes. Such is the renown of Sid the Outlaw that much of my clientele would rather spend their time prattling on about your endeavors than making any endeavors of their own. For that, I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings, particularly enamored sword theft on this nightstand. May it serve you better than it did him. Pillow talk. Berserker ring.
Here you are.
I need 100.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
I'm not Sid. I'm Clive. Okay, temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. Ooh. Ah, is this the one on the trailers? Let's see. 500. 26. Increases hits. Can be used in mid-air. Ooh. What I'll speak to you next time. So I'm gonna stop here because it's already 3 hours. So I'll continue again next time. So yeah, that's it. I hope I can play it again soon rather than another week. But yeah, I think that's fine. Gotta go. So bye.